First things first, if you have a cell phone, conserve your battery, and it's pretty easy. All you have to do is close the apps on your cell phone. This is why people can't get to work. You can see the water right now. It's up to my knees on Kennedy near Cleveland. This car is stranded, and I've heard there's about 4 or 5 up the road. As you can imagine, it went viral. Now the community is stepping up to get these girls back on the road because it is cookie season after all. But when we start crawling, it starts to clear and we can find our way out.
We do a head count, make sure that everybody's out of the house.
You told me you're still getting stuff for the girls.
Girls are hard this year, as well as last-minute things for my husband.
You can't tell him that. He's standing right here.
He's hard to shop for.
I know, guys are hard. I have 2 older brothers. Okay, and we got Jamie here. You still need to shop.
I do, yes. I'm gonna go to Bath & Body Works.
How do you prepare for something like this?
Well, I hope they don't get hit in the face because that wouldn't look good for their wedding and honeymoon. So
No.
I'm gonna try to not kick it too hard.
This is actually a map where you can track all the sex offenders who live next to you. This is our station. In a 5-mile radius, this is how many we have near us. I bet it was such a whirlwind experience knowing that this aquarium has gone so far and it's really touched everyone in the community.
It's a story I love so much because it started as a little mom and pop operation.
People are going to be getting their money back, and if you did purchase tickets online through StubHub or maybe Ticketmaster, it will be automatically refunded to you. July is the start of grouper season, so this is perfect timing to have Grouper Week. The week-long campaign is hoping you get your tartar sauce ready, but there are a few things you should know before you dive into Florida's most famous dish. Well, that costs bosses an estimated $1.9 billion in lost productivity nationwide. 9:14, and you have one for tonight's game. What does it say?
Yeah, after the reaction after last game, after watching that amazing game up and down, back and forth.
Christie, go. Move your feet.
First up, a 15-foot cargo net to tackle. Tell your friends and family you are okay by texting, emailing, or sharing it on your social media pages. For the Now, I'm Christie Post. In the last 21 days, Noah's Ark on Wheels has had to turn away dozens of parties because their parking lot is still underwater. Fortunately, their barn is acting as their ark to keep the animals dry. It's like a scene straight out of the Bible.
The people park down there and they walk up this scenic path and they come do their parties or their field trips up here. It's also, if we go off-site, we pull our trailers down this drive.
As Marusa Plachiotis waits for the waist-deep water to recede, every kind of farm animal you can think of is packed in here 2 by 2.
Animals are a lot of work, but this has been absolutely outrageous.
And with water still rising in some areas.
So we sandbag this, we sandbag the barn over there.
She's playing a game of duck, duck, goose to keep everyone safe.
She has the tortoises pen now, and then the tortoises were put with the ponies. So
the goats using the picnic tables in search of higher ground. As each day passes, that Plachiotis can't hold a petting zoo party or go to an off-site location. Her income suffers.
It's financially devastating. It really is. Everything has come to a big halt, and this is our livelihood.
On top of that, all of these animals are rescues, the storm putting further adoptions on hold.
You know, I've turned down 4 adoptions. They've called me and not knowing about this. I've got a bunny, I've got a duck, I've got a chicken, and I feel bad, but we got to take care of what's here.
Plachiotis is praying now that, like Noah, wind and sunshine will be sent down to dry out her land, a hope to keep her business and family afloat.
We definitely don't want to close our doors. I think that with some help, we could stay afloat and continue the legacy.
If you would like to help this business out, they set up a GoFundMe account. I posted the link on our Facebook page. Just head over to the Now Tampa Bay. In Odessa, I'm Christie Post for the Now Tampa Bay. All the men in the house get a little bit closer right now because a builder has created a home, get this, with Guy Code in mind. Trending right now, oversized garages and open space floor plans. But more often than not, the man of the house is shortchanged when it comes to design.
Most of the time, the woman has maybe a 60% input versus 40% for the man.
Now Mike Cogdell is flipping that percentage, taking the concept of a man cave to the next level.
There'll be a lot of laughter. You know, they'll come over and start talking to us, and then we've actually had a lot of suggestions about, hey, you forgot to put this in, you forgot to put that in.
He's thrown out the dining room, formal living room, what he calls a lame garden tub, adding a cigar den, poker area, a his closet, and of course, more of his closet.
Not just one room, that's the man house. This whole house is a man cave.
It's definitely a concept creating a buzz and a battle against the sexes at Florida's largest home show.
For a man, straight into the garage, into the laundry room, you know, you can take your clothes off if you need right there.
Look at the cleaning aspect. And I can't see a man doing that either.
And it looks like a playhouse for a man.
Of course, women are already looking to rearrange some of the design.
I could probably find uses for the other rooms, you know, that are supposed to be just for men.
And the first answer out of most women's mouth,
No.
Cogdell says the price tag runs between $300,000 and $400,000 for almost 6,000 square feet. Some cost-cutting techniques, maybe just stick to a traditional plan. So if this isn't for you, what both parties mostly agree on,
99% of our customers want the open floor plan. That's the one consistent item.
if you are looking to build your dream home, some cost-cutting techniques, know all of your tax credits. Sweat it up. Maybe you can install your own cabinets and tile, and when you move, collect boxes rather than buy them. I know I did that when I moved here and saved a lot of money. And the more creative you can make a wedding, actually, the more affordable it can be. And I met one Tampa couple taking the shotgun wedding approach to a whole nother level to save money. When Gary met Melissa, he knew he hit the bullseye.
And I mentioned I would really like to learn how to shoot, and so if y'all are going to the range one day, I'd love to tag along and get some pointers.
Teaching her on what they now call their first date, how to shoot a gun.
Taught her how to load it, where the safety was.
After a year of dating, he pulled the trigger.
She gets me. She gets my jokes. She's as corny as I am.
And since their favorite date spot is Shooter's World, the bride and groom decided to take a different approach to tying the knot.
It's just a fun place to be, and so when he suggested, jokingly I think, that we should have our wedding here, I was like, sure, why not? Let's go for it.
In true Second Amendment fashion, Melissa walked down the aisle decorated with shell casings, a cake topper packing heat, and heart-shaped targets for their first shots as newlyweds. Their final bill, only a few $1,000s. Tampa Bay event planner Debbie Jones says more couples are turning to unique weddings to trim costs.
Public beaches, public recreational centers, that's really popular and is very cost effective. We did a double wedding at one of the hotels.
Saying the more out there, the cheaper it is, like at Big Cat Rescue. Now known as the Webbs, Gary and Melissa say they couldn't have found a better place to get hitched. A place they'll be shooting for forever.
He's the one person that can make me laugh and make me feel happiness again. And he's just a real special person. He's got a tough exterior, but he has a really soft heart.
3 years ago, Justin Lansford couldn't even walk. But today, with the help of his service dog, he's going to college at the University of South Florida.
Physically, he can brace for me to get on and off the ground. He can retrieve items that I drop.
In 2012, the staff sergeant lost his leg in an IED explosion in Afghanistan.
My back was broken. I had burns to my hand. My spleen was ruptured. Both my lungs collapsed.
At the time, simple things were almost impossible, which is when the Warrior Canine Connection gave him Gabe.
I kind of cherished and celebrated the little milestones, so being able to put my own sock on and being able to wiggle my toes and being able to walk on a walker.
Each step, the golden retriever right by him. So naturally, when he proposed to his high school sweetheart on Veterans Day with Gabe's help, making him his best man seemed right too.
And there was really no thought to having him as my best man. It was just it was just what he was going to do.
On Saturday, the service dog wearing Lansford's medals and badges sat by his side, calming him as his bride walked down the aisle at Bayou Country Club in Largo.
I think walking down the aisle, she was looking at him more than me, maybe. She was ecstatic to see him there.
It's a decision the veteran says his best friend couldn't deserve more.
He deserves the attention. He works hard.
For the Now, I'm Christie Post.